Hi, Marilyn. It's so nice to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's great to be here.
Beautiful. And thank you for coming, It means a whole lot, getting to honor the invite. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Marilyn.
Of
Okay,
course.
Marilyn, I am excited to have you on the show for some reasons, all right? The first one is my interest in seeking knowledge because I believe in order to get unstuck, one needs to apply insight, apply knowledge. You know, whatever problem it is one is stuck in, there are some insight that can actually set that person free. I believe that. And secondly, the second reason why I'm excited to have you on the show is for the sake of those that will be listening to our conversation, the audience. I believe there are some things that Marilyn knows that some of my audience needs to hear you say this stuff, I mean, directly from your mouth, in order to experience transformation. I believe so. And thirdly, that is me. You know, lately I've been trying to expand my insight as to Google business profile and Google ads and marketing. So I believe that I am among those folks who will benefit from our conversation. So for that reason, Marilyn, I want us to get started with your introduction, your journey, how the journey has been so far, the challenges that you faced and how you overcame them. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Marilyn, over to you.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for that. My name is Marilyn Jenkins. I own MJ Media Group in Law Marketing Zone. I do digital marketing for small businesses, and the most important part was I started out building websites back in the early 2000s, and of course, when you have a website, then you want traffic to it. So I worked with my clients to get SEO and get more traffic to their websites, which morphed into full digital marketing, paid ads, and that sort of thing. And over the course of time, the Google business profile originally started as Google Places, and people didn't really understand the point of it. I think most of us remember Google My Business as the name, and it was just a place to send people to review your business. That was it. Well, that's not it. Google Business Profile is the new and updated version. It still has some of the features, but it has a great many more. And through the course of my business, there's a lot of smaller businesses that are not quite to the point of needing paid ads or wanting to outsource their marketing. So I wanted to make sure that everyone, any business of any size, solo to large corporations, have the tools and the instructions on how to maximize their Google business profile and be found in their local searches so people looking for them can find them. So your Google business profile is your business listing on Google. It is free. So say that again, it is free. You need to tell Google who you are. So you go and you claim it, you verify it, you prove who you are, and then you start telling Google everything about your business. You list your products, you list your services, in addition to your reviews. You add photos, videos, any of those things, and you can do posts once a month, posts once a week. So the point of the Google Business Profile is Google is, of course, the largest search engine in the world, right? YouTube is second, Google owns both. Their being the number one search engine is because of the good user experience. So if you provide them more information so their users get a good experience, they stay at the top of the rank. So that's your Google Business Profile. That's how you can tell Google who you want, what searches you want to show up for.
Beautiful. I got that. I got that. And the fact that you wanted to help businesses, that's a good one. I love that too. So, shall we
Absolutely. My
get
mission is to help small
started?
businesses grow.
Yeah, beautiful. Not many people actually have this great mission. Some might feel like that ain't my business. So getting to, know someone who has that mission, it means a whole lot. You know, that's a good one. So shall we get started with the questions, Marilyn?
Sure.
All right. Now you talked about Google business profile already. So now I want you to
Mhm.
talk to us about the importance, for those ones who would like to know, okay, why do you think I should give Google all of my details? What are the benefit and all of that? Can you talk to us about that?
Of course. Let me ask you a quick question. If you were out walking around and you're thinking about, I want to have, maybe I want to have pizza for dinner. You're in a new town, you need a car repair, or you need dog grooming. What are you going to do? You're going to Google it, right?
Yeah, right, right.
So the results on your phone are going to have the ads at the top. In the middle, the pretty part's going to be a big map, right? There's three listings on that map. That is your Google business profile. So by you giving Google as much information as you can about your business and consistently updating it with more information, Google will know more searches to bring you up for, right? It doesn't matter if your competition has more reviews. If you've been consistently updating your Google business profile and giving them more information about what you do, updating your hours of operation, your days of operation, adding questions and answers, replying to reviews. Any of these things helps Google. It gives them more information to be able to bring your business up in the map pack for more searches in your local area.
Beautiful. You mentioned an important word, update. So, what are the most important aspect of one's Google business profile? Like the most important aspect here.
The most important thing is having your name as your official legal name, not with extra keywords, like Bob's Plumbing in my town doing plumbing work. That's not your official business name. If it is, that's really great. But normally it's not, right? So you want to have your correct name, your correct address and phone number. The next most important thing is your categories. Now, Google has predefined categories you choose off of a list, and you can have multiple categories. So what you want to do is look at that list and go down the list and take highest priority first, second priority, in that order. They typically, you had three categories. I believe they've expanded it to seven. I'm not sure. They're consistently updating and they roll the updates across the country. So those are the top important things to have. And then, of course, every time you get a review, whether it's good or bad, you want to reply to those. So those would be your biggest important things. If you have services, you want to list them as services with a photo and use keywords in that. If it's a product, the exact same thing. Use a photo, use keywords in the description.
And I mentioned earlier before we started, I said, I am so sure that I am definitely going to learn one or two things from you. And that is happening already. Because you said some important things that, I've taken note of, and that's a good one. Okay, so let us talk about those ones into local business now. So how can
Mhm.
online marketing help them, folks in a local business, how can they benefit from online marketing? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, there's a couple of ways. Now, if you are to the point that you can afford to do paid ads, Facebook ads are an inexpensive way of getting your business out in front of your audience because you can choose detailed targeting, which means interests, right? So if say you're a bakery, you might want to target people having birthdays this month for a campaign of a special for a birthday cake, right? You can get that granular with the ad. If you're not to the point of being able to afford paid ads, even though they can be quite inexpensive, I would suggest doing social media. So you've got your personal profile, and then you create a page for your business. And then what you want to do is link that back to your website. Then your website links to your Google business profile. You can also link your Facebook page to your Google business profile. So your Google business profile has four little buttons or several buttons underneath your picture. One is directions. Okay, so people can find you. One is your website, so they can find more information. Then there's a message where you can get a message from people that want to talk to you, and a call button. So ideally, you want to have all of those filled out. And by connecting your Facebook, your Google business profile, and your website together, you're connecting everything so Google can spider and read everything.
Got that. Got that. Okay, we still have some questions here. So, can you talk to us about how to dominate one's local searches with one's Google business profile?
So the Google business profile is where you're going to keep giving Google, like, say, spend 10 minutes a week and put something on your profile. Use your keywords. Okay, let's go back to the plumber idea. So plumbers typically do multiple things. They'll do plumbing. They'll do installs. They'll do sewer things. They'll do all sorts of stuff. So maybe this week they'll put up a post about a service in this particular service they do in this particular city. Now, next week, they might do a post for the next service they do in this particular city or in this particular neighborhood. So you can keep adding services and articles and posts, all of these things. Each week, put something new on your Google Business Profile, which is telling Google, this is my area, and these are the type of searches I want to be found for. So that's how you define your local area. The Google Business Profile, as inherent as it is for local businesses, right? So it's going to be in your town. So kind of think your city limit or like say a 5 or a 10-mile radius. That's kind of what you're shooting for. Okay. What you're doing is every time you do a post or an article or a new service that maybe reaches out to another neighborhood or another city, then, if you have just one office, then you're going to keep saying that in your articles and that sort of thing so that you tell Google, I'm relevant over here as well. So the more you tell it, the more searches you will be found for. And if you're updating your Google Business Profile more than your competition, you will be found higher in that map pack, which is our goal, is to be number 1, 2, or 3, because how many times do you scroll to page 2 when you're looking for something? No one else does either. So you want to be in 1, 2, and 3.
That's right. That was well explained. I love that. Okay, so we have 2 more to go. So,
Okay.
yeah, for business owners who struggles to get reviews now, so
Mhm.
how can they get more reviews for their business? Can you talk to us about that?
Absolutely. I think getting reviews is imperative because we are, as humans, and Amazon taught us this, is there's a review for everything. We're going to read reviews before we buy it. So you want to get reviews. If you don't have at least 10 reviews, what I suggest is going to your service providers and maybe like something like your dentist, your attorney, your anybody that you work with and ask for a character review. Okay. So that'll get you started because reviews don't have to be from your customers. So do that. But when it comes to getting customer reviews, what you need to do, what every business needs to do is make it part of their process. If you're a restaurant or a retail store, have a QR code on your POS system or in that little envelope that you give the check to the table and ask for a review. And that link goes straight to the review screen with the 5 stars, and all they have to do is type. We want to make it super easy for them to give you a review. But every business, whether you're a product-based business, a service-based business, if you are a local business, you need to have it as part of your business processes to ask for a review after you finish working with someone every single time.
Brilliant, Marilyn. Now you've just provided a solution to that problem. Amazing.
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay, so let us talk about online reputation. Okay, so what are the best practices for maintaining a positive online reputation?
I think you're never going to get completely away from a negative review from time to time. Again, we're human. Some people have bad days, whether it's an employee, the business owner, or the customer. The key here is if you get a negative review, you want to reply to it and you want to reply to it professionally. Okay. So perhaps it was an actually invalid review. You can ask for it to be removed. You can report it as invalid. It may or may not be reviewed. It's up to Google at that point. But keep in mind with your Google Business Profile, there is a management portal and there are actual live people that help manage those. That's how important it is to Google. You're not just getting thrown into an AI chatbot or, some long list of emails that you'll never get a response from. You can get feedback. It's also important to make sure that in your location, if you have a negative user experience, you want to address it before they leave. The old saying goes that if you have a bad experience, you're going to tell 8 people. If you have a good experience, you won't tell anyone. That's why it's super important to have it part of your process. Ask for those reviews. We have a program where we set up a page for clients to send their customers to, and we give them 5 stars. If they choose 3 stars or less, they fill out a form, and that feedback goes to the business owner so they can address the problem before it becomes a negative review. So there are those types of systems out there as well. But it's like just accept the fact that a 5.0 is not the be all and end all. Anything from 4.7 and above is great. And that's what you should shoot for. If you've got less than a 4.7, you've got work to do. And what you want to do is try to get more 5-star reviews to bring that average up.
Thank you. Okay, so to bring this to an end, Marilyn, what would you like to leave the audience with, like a final thought? And to those ones who would like to reach out to you, learn more about what you do, how can that be possible?
Absolutely. First off, if you don't know where to begin with your Google Business Profile, you haven't claimed it, verified it, or even if you have and you don't know what to do next, I wrote a book called the Google Business Profile Training Guide, and it's available at maximizeyourgbp.com. And it will have screenshots that will walk you through everything you need to do in order to maximize and be found in as many local searches as possible. So I definitely recommend the book. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can reach me at lawmarketingzone.com, and I'm also on LinkedIn every day.
So that's going to be the end of the show, Marilyn. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing this amazing insight with us. It means a whole lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here, and I wish you well.